Okay, so this video is going to be on the drill press. And in the performance eval, we're going to use the drill press to drill 4 holes in the plate, and then we're going to tap the plate to a 3/8 by 16 thread so that we can put 3/8 bolts in those 4 spots. I'm only going to drill 1 hole because it's the same thing for each one, but I've already done some stuff. I'll show you the layout when we do the precision drilling video, but I've already marked the marks 1 inch in, 1 inch in, and I've center punched a hole there. So when I bring this down, it will match up that hole as I get down there to the center of the drill bit. The other thing I've done is I looked at the tap and die chart. It's hanging on the door of the tool room, and I got what is called a drill guide. Now, according to the tap and die chart, and I'll show you that again later, we need a 5/16 bit to drill and tap these holes the right size. So I have another 5/16 bit. I find that in here. I just had it, now I lost it. Where did it go to? There it is, 5/16. And the way it works is you can't get it in the smaller one, it fits in that one. It goes in whatever hole that fits in is the right size. So I have 5/16. Same as the electric drill that we used in power tools. We put the bit in, we tighten all 3 chucks. There's your chuck key over here. Again, I've done all that already. The other similarity, we have to clamp this down. This is going to be turning quite fast. We don't want that plate to start spinning. I have one in here, and what I normally suggest is once you get it, here's your power switch. This turns it on. If you do get the bit stuck in there and you have to reverse it, there's a reverse switch, but most of the time it should always be in forward. And then this knob here will change our speed, and we'll get into that in a minute. As you get older, these lights become very helpful to help you see stuff. So what I'm doing here is lining up my hole. I'm making sure that the center of the bit goes into that. And I got a little hammer here to help tap it back and forth to when I get it. I have this one fairly snug. Now that I have it lined up where I want it, I will take this other clamp and put it on here to lock it and make sure I don't get any movement out of my plate so I do my precision drilling. Now you gotta try for all kinds of different spots to find something that lines up underneath there to hold it. But now I have it secured down. Double check before I go. And the table moves, so I have to swing it back over and line my hole back up. There, I'm centered on it. Now, before I start, we need to run the drill at the proper speed, the drill bit in there. The easiest way to do that is to do a Google search that I just had here. And I know you won't be able to see this on here, but I did a Google search for drill press speed, and it pulled this up. So I'm looking across the top, I'm finding the twist drills going into metal, and it's going to say 1,000 RPMs. So I'm not anywhere near the metal. I clean everything off away from there, make sure that nothing's going to get in the way. I turn on the drill, and here's where your speed of your drill is going to be. As you see, I can turn this to lower the speed, increase the speed, but I was shooting for 1,000. Somewhere in there, I'm going to call it good enough. Okay? The other thing I need a little bit of oil. I don't need much, but I need something to cool that drill bit. Lastly, we put our guard around here. Now what I'm going to do with the oil is put it in before I start. I'm going to slowly bring that down. See the chips coming off of that. See the smoke coming off. That's because of the oil. I'm putting a steady, even pressure on the handle. And with that done, we would move it to our other 4 bolt holes and continue the process for each of them. Some people don't put the oil on until you've made the hole, and that's acceptable too, so you can still see and make sure that that center punch mark didn't move, nothing moved, you're still hitting the right spot. But somewhere during the process we need to add a little bit of oil. Some people drill it down a little ways and then put the oil in there and let it go that way. So there's many different ways to do it, as long as we cool that bit. Once you get all 4 bolt holes done, we will loosen up the chuck, drop the drill bit out, and put it up so everybody has to find the right bit and install it as they do this process throughout. So that is the drill press real quick. Just a couple quick reminders. This has got to be clamped down. This is turning at 1,000 RPM in our example. We don't want that turning. We don't want that moving. Second, we never put our hands in here while it's running. Yes, there's chips coming off and things like that. Big deal. It ain't going to hurt nothing. Let them go. The only time we would reach in there is once we've stopped it completely. So make sure that you follow those things. Lastly, for PPE, I didn't have earplugs in. If you're more comfortable with earplugs in, by all means. But one other thing, I don't wear gloves because it's rotating equipment there. Some companies are going to mandate that you have gloves on. Keep your hands back away. Make sure any loose clothing is tucked in so it doesn't get entangled in anything like that. Because again, this is turning at 1,000 RPMs. It's going to move too fast for you to get out of it. So again, it's a very helpful tool. It drills a perfectly straight hole. Remember how some of you guys, when you drilled through the wood, were not perfectly straight, or into the concrete? This is going to drill a perfectly straight hole. So this is what we're going to use for tapping or drilling the holes to tap things. If you have any questions, text me or email me, call me. Thanks.